If you don't like LED flashlight videos, then turn this off now, but if you do, then stick around and we're going to look at the Thrunite TN 2016 version. I've done, I guess, 4 videos so far on the Thrunite series of flashlights. I'm sold on these ones. These are what I use every day, especially this one. This is my work light that I use every day at work because it's a headlight. And the quality of it is just, I have never tested anything that has worked as well as this one. And the folks at Thrunite wanted me to look at another flashlight, and I said, sure, we'll try another one out here. I've done these ones in the past. The thrower, this, the TC20, the Catapult V6, the thrower as they call it, the TC15, and the TH20. And today we're going to look at, this one is the, what's this one? The TN12. So let's look at the TN12. One thing I've always liked about the Thrunite series of lights is simple to use power switch. Turn it on, turn it off, it remembers the state that it's on. Unlike some of the other competition lights that I've tried. Now some of the competitors' lights, this one for example, when you turn it on, you actually have to cycle through a bunch of different brightnesses to get to the level that you want. And you do it by pressing and holding the button momentarily. I find that's a limitation. Simple to use power switch, power it on, power it off, and they change the brightness by pressing and holding, in most cases, to the different brightness levels. This one here, the TN12, it's a little different. Let's open this one up. We'll load a battery in this one, and then we're going to take it out and we're going to test it. I'm going to put it through the same test once it gets dark. It's not dark quite yet, but once it gets dark, I'm going to put it through the same tests as some of the other ones. So here it is. As you can see by comparison, it's slightly longer than the TC12 or the TC15, and it has a more polished reflector, so it should throw the light a little further than the TC15. Load a battery in this unit. Using the standard 18650. And again, they're water resistant to 2 meters, drop resistant, etc. This one here has a power switch on the back, which is a bit of a departure from some of the other ones. The other ones have a power switch on the side. Press the button, turn it on, press the button to turn it off. This one here has a brightness button on the side, but the power button on the back. So when you press the power button in, it's going to come on at the same brightness level that you turn it off at. None of this clicking the button to change your brightness levels. That's done by pressing the brightness key on the side of the flashlight to go from firefly mode to low, medium, high, and bright. So firefly, low, medium, high, and bright. You turn it off with the button on the back, it stays off until you turn it back on again. I like that feature because you can have your flashlight always ready to go. You grab it, you don't have to fumble for a button, and you don't have to cycle through power. Just hit the button and it's going to come on where you left it last. That's one of the things I like about the Thrunite, is that I can have one sitting on my bench here. If I need to see something, I can just grab it, turn it on, and I know it's going to work. How does the beam compare to the TC15? So TC15 is on the left here, and TN12 on the right. Beam-wise, they are fairly close. I'm going to take both of these lights up to the park and we'll test them out and compare the two of them. In fact, I'll take all 4 of these with me and we'll do a direct comparison between all 4 of them once it gets dark, so that you can see the difference in terms of brightness between all 4 of the lights. So now I'm in my dark garage. The only light that's on here is actually coming from the plasma screen and throwing some light across the room here. It's actually lighting up the wall quite nice. That light's just coming from the plasma screen. We can look at the 2 flashlights here in the dark room here. So here is, this one is the TC15, and we'll look at our TN12. So there's the TC15 on the left, and you can notice the TN12, I guess the TN12, TN12, yeah, TN12 on the right. It is brighter, as you can certainly see here, just on the wall. It is brighter. We're going to take these two and we're going to do a test tonight. What I'm going to do before going down there is I'm going to make sure that all my batteries are fully charged so that we have the same voltage on all the lights. We're going to take it out and give it a test. So I found I was going to use my old Sports Illustrated magazine, but for fear of being persecuted for not being politically correct and showing bikini-clad women, even though I would rather look at that, but here's a car. I'll show off some color rendering here. This is flashlight number 1, which is the TC15, and here's the same car under the TN12. So if you look at the color of the car, you can probably notice some subtle differences in the grading of the color. And this is just from the color temperature of the two different LEDs. If you look at the brickwork in the back, for example, right? This is what CRI is all about, color rendering index. As you can see, the two flashlights have a distinctly different color rendering. And one brings out, this actually looks more natural, that picture. If you look at the background, look at the brickwork in the background compared to this one. There's your difference between the two lights there. So you can see that if I put them both up on the screen at the same time, you can see the difference in the color between the two of them. Anyway, we're going to take this out and show this off in the dark. So before we take them out in the dark, let's take a look at the specifications for the TN12 2016. So this is the improved version of the TN12, and they've improved the UI and the lumens, and it uses a 18650 battery, of course. Says the body is specifically designed for better single-handed operation. As a new emitter, this was an XM-L2U2 to supply more beam, throw, and flood. It has more lumens. It's a Cree XM-L2U2 LED, lifespan of 50,000 hours. And you can use, for the batteries, it can use one 18650 or two CR123A batteries. So you can use disposable batteries in it as well as a rechargeable battery. Maximum output of 1050 lumens with the XM-L2U2 emitter. Working voltage 2.7 to 9 volts. So if you're putting in two CR123 batteries, you're going to be a little bit higher voltage, but it'll operate no problem. Reverse polarity protection, and it's got turbo mode at 1050 lumens for 95 minutes. Strobe is 800 lumens for 3.5 hours. High at 370 lumens for 4.2 hours. Medium, 145 lumens for 11.8 hours. Low, 11 lumens. That's Firefly mode for 5.5 days. Or no, that's low. And Firefly is 0.4 lumens, which is 74 days of continuous operation. Okay, toughened ultra clear glass lens with anti-reflective coating. Smooth reflector gives perfect beam and throw. And here's our specifications. It's IPX8 waterproof, and you can drop it 1.5 meters. So we're going to drop it for at least 1 meter. So I've taken the battery out because I'm going to charge it up. So here's the battery compartment. It's got an O-ring here and a sealant on it so that it keeps the moisture out. Flashlight also will come apart. The head will unscrew. And this is just the battery compartment. Again, it's all metal construction, nicely machined. The lens does not come off on this one, which is good. And there's the LED. Also in the package, spare O-rings, a spare button, a power switch cap, hand strap, belt clip. Now we're going to take the unit and give it the soak and drop test. See how it performs. We'll throw it in the hot tub, we'll drop it from 1.5 meters and see if it breaks. Here we are back in the original park where I've done all the other videos. Here's the TH20. As you can see, this one gives me a nice, clear, steady beam. We're going to compare this one to the TN12. So here's a TC20, and this one's the TN12. TN12, TC20. TN12. TC20. And then we'll compare that one also to the TC15. This is the TC15. Again, it's weaker. TC15 and TN12. TC15. TN12. TC15. TN12. And TC20. There's the three of them compared. Put all three out together so you can see the three different beams. Light up the entire park with them. Okay, we're out here in the dark, and as I say, it's pretty much pitch black out here. I'm down at the river tonight, and we're going to try the different flashlights in the different scenarios. So first, I'm going to this is the thrower, the torch. This one's what's this one called again? This one's the Catapult V6. So we can just get an idea how well this one throws out into the distance. You can certainly see a good distance with this one. So this is the Catapult V6. It's a thrower. As you can see, the beam is quite intense here. The next one we're going to look at, this one's the TC20, and as you can see, this one's got a much broader beam. So these are two of the bigger ones, and now we're going to get down to the ones of interest here. First I'll show you the TC15, and then we'll also compare that one to the TN12. So I'm going to get them both going here. And the only two we're going to look at now is the two smaller ones. So this is the TC15. Here's the TC15's beam. And as you can see, it's a fairly wide beam. It throws a fairly good intense light. And now we'll compare it to the TN12. So this one is the TN12. So you can see it's a fairly wide, this is the TC15, fairly wide beam, and here's the TN12 again. A little more intense light, a little more focused. Very good throw for fairly close range. And then once again back to the TC15. As you can see, TC15 does not have the light output that the TN12 does. So like all the Thrunite flashlights, this one is waterproof. We're going to drop it in the hot tub. We're going to let it soak there for a while and see whether it leaks. Okay, the unit's been soaking now for several minutes. Let's lift it out. Hit the power button, the brightness button. No worse for wear. We'll now take it and give it the drop test. So we're going to drop it onto the pavement down here. I'll just throw it right from about 1.5 meters up and straight down. So here it is, no worse for wear, except for a nice little dent where it landed. No leakage, as you can see. There's no leakage into the light itself. Everything has remained dry. We'll just check the battery compartment, make sure that everything is dry in here. No sign of any moisture. Still nice and warm after coming out of the hot tub there. I let it sit in there, it's 104 degrees in there. I let it sit in there for 15 minutes. Don't see any indication that there was any moisture leaking into here. That's just the grease that's on the O-ring that you see there. That's not water. That's the grease on the O-ring that keeps the water out. Battery is dry, battery compartment is dry. It held out water. There you have it, Thrunite TN 12 2016 edition. So now I've got the hand strap on and the belt clip. It also comes with a nice pouch belt clip that you can clip to your belt. Carry your light with you so you're never without it. Thanks for watching. This is available from Amazon. Link is in the description. Till the next time, we'll catch you later.